Sunday Vision Television questa sera nel backstage del New Age Club in compagnia di Paolo Nutini. Hi Paolo.
Ciao, hello. Hello.
So, let's talk about your new album, Sunny Side Up. Would you tell us the differences between this album and the first one?
Yeah, the difference in the first album and this one, different songs, you know, different producer, no producer really until the end, who, you know, Ethan came in, tied it together, different musicians. It's just a different, you know, vibe, a different, you know, a different approach really, a different, not, I mean, it's just, I don't think that I think the songs maybe have a bit more dynamic. There's, the arrangements got more time to develop, which helped, so. And some brass, that always helps, some trumpets and trombones and saxophones.
I've seen also there's a little bit difference in the genres of the music and in the type of music, because in the first album it was more I suppose Brit rock. Now there are some influences from the older styles of music.
Yeah. Folk. Folk maybe, yeah. I think it's all. I've never really been one for putting them in the genres, you know. I think sometimes Bill Withers sounds folk to me. So, you know, on Sitting Off the Dock of the Bay, you could argue that Otis Redding sounds kind of folk, you know. It's not. And then another song, you know, one song I hear Tom Waits, he sounds like folk. Next minute I hear, you know, you hear this sort of, you know, I don't know how you would describe it, sort of gypsy sound. Next minute it's this grand string arrangement. It's not, I don't really know, man. It's not a, you know, most of the people that I love they've all seemed to kind of go where they wanted to go, and I think it kind of gives me the kind of security that I can try to do the same anyway, you know. Try. You know, it's just, that's what the album was, just try things.
And Candy, the first single, is a song full of melancholy and genres of oldest music, I suppose 50s and 60s one. Would you agree?
You could say that, yeah, you could. I mean, when I listen to a song, I'll listen to the same song 3 times over the course of 3 years and think, and they paint different pictures depending on how I'm feeling. So, and everybody's different, so they all get their different impression. That's what music does for me, man. It sort of puts me in like a little headspace, and I know that a lot of other people are the same. So I don't know. You can't second guess it, man. You got to just make the song, play it live, give people the chance to hear it, and it's, you know, and it's in its real form, and hopefully they. And do it with conviction, and then you can't really, if people like it, they like it. If people don't, you know, you can't beat yourself up about it. You just carry on, try the next thing. As long as you can, at the end of the day, go, okay, I did that the way I wanted to do it. I did it, I didn't, you know. If it went wrong, that's because I made it go wrong, you know. It's, next time, make it go right.
And what's the secret of writing such a success top chart song?
There's no real. I don't know. In the spectrum of all the great songs in the world, you know, they come down, you know. So I'm kind of, you know, everybody's out there writing songs, so there's no big secrets. You know, it's just that chance to express yourself. I mean, some people have that ability to write these stock collections of songs, you know, writers that distribute them to different artists, and you know, and have done since, as you said, the 50s, the 60s. People like Lieber and Stoller, who, you know, were writing a lot of the Drifters hits, the Coasters hits. You know, people writing a lot of Aretha Franklin hits. You know, even Jerry Wexler. I mean, at that time, you see, it was these people. It was like the record company bosses were also in the studio producing and writing tracks. You know, that's why they had, in my opinion, a you know, those songs were made, because everything felt real. It felt, I mean, I don't know. So now it's hard. Now I think you see these photos. It looked like there was so many people brought into the idea to enhance what was there. And at one point, you've got the live recording, and there's a piano player. There's 4 vocalists. The horns are there. You know, the drummer's just perched behind. I don't know. That's the way that's the way this album was kind of done. You know, the songs with the foundations would be there, and when trying to arrange them and see where they would go, it was a lot of asking people to just kind of step up and do what they wanted to do, what they were inclined to do, and then taper it if need be. And sometimes you just went, no, that's what I want as well. That's perfect, and didn't touch it. And other times you have to bend it. I don't know. There's loads of different ways. You could lock yourself away and or go, you know, isolate yourself, and I'm sure there would be completely different stuff that you would pour out. But I don't know, the main thing is just to write down things whenever you get them. If an idea comes, write it down, and don't let it, you know, if it comes at 4 o'clock in the morning and you want to go to your bed, then stay up that extra 5 minutes and just record it, because by the morning you've forgotten it, and then you could hear it a year later on the radio and go, fuck man, I had that idea. You just let it go by, and somebody else, they picked it up, you know.
And where do you take the inspiration from? From which artist, for example?
From the personal life, I know the way that I like Bill Withers. I've always liked Bill Withers. The way that he sort of, when you know, people and when the label bosses, when they get told that he was supposed to be a certain thing, and when, you know, that, and they made it out like he had this sort of contrived, you know, like sort of, you know, a purpose really, and you know, that other people manufactured this what they thought he was there to do, you know, and I think that he wasn't happy to be that, you know. And when people tried to push him around, they just walked, you know, he stuck to his guns, and you know, and maybe that means that we don't hear any more Bill Withers records anymore, sadly. But at least, you know, if one day he is inclined to release a record, we'll know that we'll know that it's really him, you know, we'll know that it's, and there's the stories there, you know. I think you never know, man. A lot of the people that I love, I don't know what their personal life. I can read about it, but then depending on whose account you read, you know, a lot of those people. A lot of the people that I love, man, you read and you wonder, how the hell can they remember anything, man? They sounded like they were messed up, you know, they were taking some interesting things, you know. How the hell do they remember so much? Must a lot of photographs, huh?